Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Monday, December 1st at 9 p.m. here in sunny California. I want to say thank you to those who took me up on the offer. I opened up 4 new premium spots last night on my Patreon Platinum spots. They filled immediately. Woke up this morning and they were filled. I hope to open up some more next month, so hang tight if you are interested in joining at that level. But there's plenty of room in gold and silver, and there's a lot to be learned there. I've got TA tutorials. I got some interviews, one with a blockchain developer on Solana coming in for my patrons this month. So, yeah, there's a lot going on over there, and it's an exciting place to be, so check it out. All right, in today's video, we're going to look at Bitcoin and see where we project Bitcoin to be by the end of this cycle. And then the big question is, which altcoin is going to outperform Bitcoin by the largest margin? And today we're going to look at Ethereum, XRP, BCH, THETA token, and TFUEL. Out of those 5, which do you think are going to outperform Bitcoin by the largest margin by the end of this cycle? We're going to do simple trend analysis to see what we can perceive, what we can discern looking at these charts. So I'll tell you what, why don't you just drop me a line in the comment right now. Which of those assets do you think are going to outperform Bitcoin by the highest margin by the end of this cycle? Ethereum, XRP, BCH, THETA token, or TFUEL. We're going to see if we can find evidence in the charts to give us that estimation. Now, let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart. I'm going to make this super simple. I know we expected Bitcoin to pump. We expected Bitcoin to pump in October. I was saying by mid-October, we're going to see major moves. Didn't happen. Then I started saying mid-November, we're going to see major moves. Didn't happen. Matter of fact, a lot of us were saying that and expecting it, and it didn't happen. But if we look at this chart, it's actually quite simple. Over here, we had a little pump, and then we had a little pump, and that was winding up for this big pump, right? Now, what do we got here? We got a little pump, and then we got a little pump. What do you think that's winding up for? Bam! Maybe not that high, but it's definitely winding up for a big pump. And I'm expecting, I mean, look, we hit the top of the trend line, the bottom of the trend line, the top of the trend line, the bottom of the trend line. I think it's time we visit the top of the trend line, right? Forget where that arrow, I don't think it's going to go that low. But anyway, there's several different, methodologies that we could look at for determining how high Bitcoin will go. But I think it's reasonable to say that the top of its cycle is about 337%. This is kind of the maximum I see Bitcoin doing this cycle, is about $250,000. That's the maximum. Now, the question is, what's going to outperform Bitcoin this cycle? Let's start with Ethereum. This is what we looked at yesterday, and you can watch yesterday's video on Ethereum. I talked about why it should go to 0, but instead it's going to outperform Bitcoin by about 400% this cycle. Now, I want you to understand the mathematics of what that means. If Ethereum 4x's on top of Bitcoin's 3x, meaning if Ethereum 4x's Bitcoin and Bitcoin 3x's, that means Ethereum's going to 12x, which means if we're going to see a $250,000 Bitcoin, we're going to see 4,500 times 12, which means we'll see a $54,000 Ethereum. Now, remember, I suggested in a previous video that this market cycle could go all the way to August. So I'm not saying it's going to happen by the end of this month or by the end of the first quarter or halfway through the second quarter. I'm saying this cycle, however long this cycle takes, if Bitcoin 3x's and Ethereum 4x's Bitcoin, then Ethereum's going to 12x, which means we're looking at a $54,000 Ethereum by the end of this cycle, which is absolutely nuts. Okay, now let's look at XRP to see if XRP is going to do any better. The first thing I will say is if we look at where XRP is right now, it's not looking super bullish to me. I'm not seeing anything in this XRP BTC chart to suggest anything ridiculous. I mean, the best I can see is 629% once we break above this triangle, 629%. Let's see where that even is. 629%. Yeah, somewhere around here. So yeah, I mean, that's not bad. If XRP 6xing Bitcoin in this cycle, that means if Bitcoin's going to 3x and XRP is going to 6x that means XRP 18x's, and that means we can expect to see an $18 XRP by the end of the year. But there's something peculiar I want to show you here on the XRP BTC chart, okay? Look at this. Look at these two parabolic moves. Bam! Bam! Nothing in the chart precipitated this move. There's no way you looked at anything over here and said, XRP is getting ready to do this. 5,000%. Nothing over here suggested that XRP was getting ready to do 5,000% against Bitcoin. And then here, we have another 1,900% move. Nothing over here suggested that XRP was getting ready to explode 1,900% against Bitcoin. So here's my methodology. What I'm saying is XRP has a tendency periodically to do this. And if we take this fractal and say, if XRP has another one of those ex nihilo moves, that would take it all the way up here. And that gives us, from where we are right now, upside down. Let's try this again. And that would give us 1,400% against Bitcoin. Okay, so XRP would 14x Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin 3x's 3 times 14, that means XRP would 42x. And that would look like about a $42 XRP, which is actually not crazy. It could even be crazier than that. Actually, if I move this fractal up to the most recent line of support, that actually changes this situation substantially, 15x. So yeah, we could see XRP 15x Bitcoin, which is 45x. So we could see a $45 XRP. Just looking at this fractal, if it just does what it did in this previous fractal. All right, so so far, Ethereum has 4x'd Bitcoin. XRP has potentially 15x, 6x to 15x Bitcoin. Okay, BCH. Now, what are we seeing here with BCH? Well, with BCH, I see two potential trend lines. If we go here, if we go up to this trend line here, it's more like 4x. And if we go up to the top trend line here, it's more like 15x. So if BCH 4x's Bitcoin, that means BCH is going to 12x, and BCH is $565 right now. So 565 times 12, you're looking at a $6,780 BCH. So where's that? Here. So here, I'm going to actually just put this here. If BTC 250K, then BCH 6,800. Okay, too big. All right. Now, what if it 15x's? Like, what if it hits this trend line here? 15 times 3 is 45. That means we would see a $25,400 BCH. Crazy, right? Nuts, right? So either way, now this is all dependent upon BCH hitting 250,000. It could be lower. If it's lower, these numbers will be lower as well, okay? I've already predicted a $4,000 BCH by the end of this cycle, so we'll see, okay? Now let's take a look at THETA token. All right? Look, this is what I'm seeing with THETA token. What I see with THETA token is we had this first move here. It was 550%. Second move here was bigger, 786%. Just simple trend analysis suggests the third move is going to be even bigger, and that takes us up about 1,100%. So that means if Bitcoin 3x's, Theta token 33x's, and Theta token right now is $6.35, 635 times 33, you're looking at a $209 Theta token if we hit here. I'm going to write this here. If BTC 250K, then Theta 209. Not bad, huh? I'm going to save these charts. See what happens. That's pretty crazy, right? All right, now let's look at TFUEL. You already know where I'm going here. Look at this. The trend, the way the trend is going, TFUEL is set up to almost perfectly reduplicate this. I mean, look at this fractal here. If we just take the fractal, we go from the bottom to the top of it. We're set up to come right back to this line here. Right back to this line. Which means that TFUEL could 33x Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin is 3xing, then TFUEL is 99xing. And if TFUEL is 29 cents, 99xing, you're looking at a $28 TFUEL. Come on, somebody. A $28 TFUEL. I got to write that better. If BTC 250K, then TFUEL $28. That's crazy. So looking at these charts, it's clear to me that out of the ones I've covered today, the altcoin that's going to outperform Bitcoin by the highest margin by far is TFUEL. It's going to outperform XRP. Even with the wildest prediction, even using this, the biggest fractal here, TFUEL still outperforms Bitcoin by a factor of 2 times greater than XRP does. TFUEL is going to kick everybody's butt. This is crazy. This is absolutely nuts. However, there is a catch. And y'all not going to like this because I typically don't talk this way. But there's a bearish scenario for BTC. I hadn't looked at it this way before. First of all, if you just look at the RSI in a more short term, I typically what I've been doing with the RSI is coming from back here, and showing upward movement. But if you just zoom in here, it's moving downward, which means that the next stop for the RSI could be in this bearish scenario down here. And if the RSI is breaking down to the bottom of that cycle, then BTC is going to break down bearish out of this narrowing wedge. This is an ascending narrowing wedge, which is typically bearish. And if we break bearish out of this, it's not good. This could take us all the way down to 28,000. Now watch this. If Bitcoin is 28,000, what does that do to TFUEL? Basically, Bitcoin is simply divided by 10. Instead of 250,000, you're looking at a $25,000 Bitcoin. So then take this number and divide it by 10. Instead of a $28 TFUEL, we've got a $2.80 TFUEL. And a $2.80 TFUEL is still almost 10x of where we are right now, which means even in the most bearish of scenarios for Bitcoin, TFUEL still 10x's. That's crazy. Now, do I think this scenario is going to play out here? I mean, it could. Anything's possible in this market. I don't think so. I mean, I'm watching it. This scenario looks like it's still playing out here. That's why I'm watching the RSI here, because if the RSI breaks beneath this line here, that takes us to this scenario here. Meaning the RSI, if it breaks beneath this, let me show you where that line is here for the RSI. It's this line of support right here. If it breaks beneath it, we're headed to the bottom of this trend. And if we're headed to the bottom of that trend, we're certainly going to break down bearish out of here. So that's why I said I'm watching the RSI. And as long as we stay above these lines of support, I'm still calling bullish. But if we break down, we break down. But regardless, TFUEL is boss. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to do anything, buy anything, sell anything, hold anything. Please do your own research and make your own decision. Do me a favor and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Leave me a comment letting me know what you think of this content. And above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.